Hello, everyone. This is Darryl and Tracy Strawberry, and we just want to take some time out right now just to say thank you to everyone. Thank you for your love, your support, and caring. We have been through a very challenging time right now. Of course, I had a heart attack, and my percentage was at 40% when I went into the hospital. So that just kind of tells you where I was at when everything was taking place. Had it not been for my lovely wife stepping up and pushing me into the fact that I needed to go in the hospital Monday because I was having chest pains and I was climbing up. And when we got there, I was in deep trouble. So we are sitting here today, and we want to say thank you to all the loved ones. Thank you to all the pastors. Thank you to all the friends, baseball friends, and all the people, all you guys on social media, sending your thoughts and prayers to us, extending that to my family is so important, and it means a lot to us right now. My children and my wife are really the key people that we need to continue to pray for. Of course, me for my health, but they are so important because they are everything to me. And
one of my favorite Mets right there, Darryl Strawberry. Glad he's doing all right.
Yes, sir.
He's battled through. Him and Doc had some rough lives, rough careers, but Darryl's turned it around for the most part. Found God, and he's got a strong woman by his side, so I wish him the best and a healthy recovery. We're always talking a little trash on here, so I figured I start out with something a little heartfelt. That was my favorite. Who's your favorite Met of all time so far, Pete?
Probably, but I do like Daniel Murphy though.
Daniel Murphy.
David Wright's up there.
Daniel Murphy had one of the greatest runs ever.
Oh, 2015 postseason, Lynn's sanity run.
I mean, it was just unbelievable what he was able to do and the pitchers that he was able to do it against.
For sure.
That was the crazy part. Well, we got a lot to talk about. A lot of stuff happened in the NBA, NFL. I meant to say NFL.
NBA too. I mean,
yeah, the NBA's. Well, we're going to get into that, but go ahead and kick it off with what the Bucks did since our last recording.
So, what I wanted the Bucks to do was at least sign either Antoine Winfield or Mike Evans. We did that and more. We got Baker back, 3 years, way overpaid, in my opinion. $33 million a year for Baker. I don't know about that. Anyway, Mike Evans, 2 years, $50 million, something like that. Little overpaid. That's okay. We got Mike back. And then Antoine Winfield, we franchise tagged him, so he's going to be a free agent after this year again. But that's all right. We can re-sign him. Devin White left. I mean, I'm not too mad about that. I mean,
where'd he go?
Eagles.
Mm-hmm. Eagles made some moves.
Eagles made some moves, man. They got Saquon. They re-signed Brandon Ingram. They did lose Kelsey and Fletcher Cox, though.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Aaron Donaldson retired.
Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald.
Just not Donaldson, just Donald.
All right, Aaron Donald, one of the best defensive linemen of all time.
One of the best defensive players of all time, honestly.
I mean,
only in 10 seasons what he was able to accomplish, I mean.
And to go out like that, you know, just you're not going out on a decline. You know, you're just kind of calling it quits when you're at the top of your game. I like that. So shout out to him.
I'm glad he got a ring.
He got his ring.
He deserved it for sure.
You mentioned Saquon Barkley left the Giants to go to the Eagles.
I mean,
that's tough.
That's
tough as a Giants fan.
I mean, he's got to hate the organization or something to go to the rivals.
I don't think it's necessarily that. I think it's just a matter of, you know, looking at your opportunity, looking at the Eagles. You know, the Eagles, they fell off the cliff last year.
Oh yeah,
they should have made a deeper run than they did. So I think he's looking at the opportunity, his age, and trying to get a chip. You know, and I think he feels like he has a better opportunity in Philly than with the New York Football Giants right now. Speaking of the Giants, who do you think is kind of lining up for them to draft right now? They traded for a quarterback. So they got I think a backup quarterback
They didn't
from.
trade. They signed Drew Lock.
Okay, they signed Drew Lock. He was with the Seattle, right?
Yeah.
So they get Drew Lock. What do you think they're gonna do in the draft? I mean, we'll get into our draft, mock draft as it gets closer, but just for the Giants fans out there, because I have a take that I kind of think this is lining up for, but I want to see what you're thinking.
I definitely think that they will try and go like receiver. I feel like that's a big hole on the team. I mean, Jalen Hyatt has shown flashes of being good, but that's only like one of their many receivers, and he wasn't even that great. So I feel like they definitely go there. I feel like they like have quarterback locked up. I don't think they're like gonna draft quarterback. I don't think they should either.
That's what my take's going.
A quarterback?
I think it's lining up.
J.J. McCarthy or
They're
something?
gonna take J.J. McCarthy.
No.
It's their MO.
That shouldn't happen.
It's the Giants' MO. It's their front office MO.
But like, why draft a quarterback if you're paying Daniel Jones $40 million? That doesn't make sense.
Because it's the Giants.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I feel like if they want to succeed, they draft a wide receiver like Rome. Oh, I'm not going to try and say his last name. The receiver from Washington, or Keon Coleman, or somebody like that who'll fall to them. What pick do they have? They have I think they have like a top 7 pick.
Yeah.
Like that. They should be able to draft like Malik Neighbors, Rome, something, a receiver like that to like help Daniel Jones, because he just lost Saquon and he never really had receivers before. So
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Well, now with the Bucks, with the moves that they've made in free agency, I think that it kind of opens them, because I thought they were going. I told you off air that I thought we were going to get a DB from Georgia. There was 2 guys that kind of play safety, corner kind of type players. That's where I thought they were going to look. Now I really feel like they're in a position, because there's so many needs on the team, I feel like the Bucks should go best available.
yeah,
Who's the best available player at their pick?
I mean it's not even that we have a lot of holes on the team though. Like we re-signed, like we replaced Carlton Davis with another corner that we signed, Bryce Hall. Heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
You have what team? You
I don't put me on the spot like that.
So we replaced Carlton Davis. We signed a safety that was already on the team a couple years ago, Jordan Whitehead. He was on the Super Bowl team. He went to he was on the Jets though.
And that's the versatility that I'm talking about. By signing him, you don't necessarily have to go in the first round and try to get a defensive back.
Yeah, but I feel like that's where we go though.
You think
I think we go DB, maybe linebacker, maybe to replace Shaquille Barrett. We haven't replaced him yet, so maybe we like draft linebacker. I wouldn't be surprised if we did that. It's definitely on defense or O-line, because our offense, I like the way our offense looks right now. We don't need a running back, quarterback, obviously not. No receivers. Yeah, we have to draft defense.
It wouldn't hurt to get another receiver though.
I wouldn't, but I feel like if we want to
Offensive lineman.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, our Cody Mock didn't play as great as we thought he would, drafting him in the second round last year. But I feel like we definitely need a draft defense if we want to win.
That's a good take. Good take. Who's the biggest winner so far in the offseason?
Probably the Eagles.
Eagles?
Yeah. The Eagles, Commanders. I mean, they've been doing good. Hold on, let me think here. The Steelers.
Let's talk about that. So they bring in Russell Wilson.
Oh wait, no. I forgot about this team. The Texans. The Texans won free agency for sure.
Who'd they get?
Joe Mixon, top 10 running back in the league. Danielle Hunter. Pair him with Will Anderson. It's going to be great. I mean, they were already good to begin with. They got C.J. Stroud. They just bolstered running back. I mean, they're going to be great.
So what do you think the Steelers are doing? So they bring in Russell, and then they traded for Justin Fields?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they trade for Justin Fields.
6th round pick, that's a steal, man.
Listen, that's why I thought the Bucs should have went after Justin. Like, not even if you sign Baker back. Look what they just did. They got Russell.
It's a better fit for the Steelers, though, because let's think Russ has, 1 or 2 good years left. After Russ retires or leaves, you slide Justin Fields in there. He's going to fit in great with that offense.
Yeah, and I've been, I don't want to say bashing Baker, Baker's the Bucs quarterback now, so I'm moving on. But he's our guy. That's who we got to ride with. But Justin Fields is a talent, and a lot of times these young players are in bad situations, and when they get out of that situation, all that potential and all that we thought we were going to see comes to life. So I don't know that Pittsburgh is the answer, but I do think getting to Pittsburgh, not having the weight of the team on his shoulders, knowing you're going to back up. Now, Russell plays like Russell, he's going to be in there. But at least he doesn't have that pressure on him right now. So I think that's an excellent 2 pickups by Pittsburgh for sure.
For sure. What was I about to say? Shoot, I was about to say something, but I forgot what I was going to say.
The Dolphins got the guy from the Bucs, right?
Shaquille Barrett, yeah.
So he's coming out saying he wants to stick it to Tampa.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I mean, I don't even think we played the Dolphins. I don't even really think that matters to us, honestly.
No. But we'll definitely get into the draft as we're getting closer, do some kind of mock drafts. NCAA basketball is here, March Madness.
Hey, fill out your brackets, y'all.
Fill out your brackets. We asked on social media, and nobody. I don't know. People aren't even into girls basketball is taking over in college. The more people can name 3 or 4 players, and they can't name any men.
I can name you probably like 5
of women.
No, guys.
5 guy players. Yeah, I used to be a lot more in the college basketball than I am. I mean, I know the Gators are in it. We're definitely going to be rooting for the Gators. But, yeah, it's just too much going on for us to cover everything like we need to do. Baseball's here. The Mets are opening up. We're going to talk a little bit about the opening day lineup that I saw, projected opening day lineup that I wanted to get your take on. We got Brandon Nemo starting in left field.
Why'd you say it like that?
Francisco. Now, listen to this batting order because I don't necessarily like it. Nemo in left.
Oh, is it the one with McNeil cleanup?
Yeah. Francisco Lindor is short. Pete batting third at first.
He should never be batting cleanup.
McNeil at cleanup. Starling Marte protecting McNeil. Then you go Francisco Alvarez, a catcher.
No, he's batting, what, 7?
So he's batting 6th.
No.
Beatty playing third at 7. Vientos DHing at 8. And Harrison Bader in center field.
I like Bader at 9.
Where else is he going to hit?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only spot for him.
It's got to be 1 or 9, but it should be Nimmo, Marte, Lindor, Pete.
Listen.
Wait, hold on. Before
okay, you give me your lineup.
Nemo, Marte, or Marte, Nemo. You could switch them. It doesn't really matter to me. Lindor at 3, Pete at 4, Alvarez at 5, McNeil at 6. If we're just going off who's in that lineup,
yeah,
that's who I'm going off of. Beatty at 7, Vientos at 8, Bader at 9. I like the bottom 3, but the top 6 need some work.
Okay, I'm going Nemo at leadoff. I'm going McNeil at the 2 spot.
2 straight lefties?
2, yeah.
Okay.
And I like McNeil because if Nemo gets on base, he's a good, contact hitter. But see, this is where I kind of switch it up. I like Pete in the 3rd spot. Get an extra at bat. That's the whole analytic thing there. But I'm gonna hit Lindor behind Alonso, and then Alvarez behind Lindor. Because I just feel like if you got Pete, Lindor, Alvarez, back to back to back, that's 3 guys that go deep. You're protecting Pete with Lindor. You're protecting Lindor with Alvarez. And then behind Alvarez, I throw a Marte, a veteran, he can hit. Now he's got to have a bounce back year. I just don't like the McNeil in the cleanup. I mean, and this is a projection, so it hasn't really come out yet. But again, Mets fans are on Mark Vientos Beatty, their batting averages, Bader. The only thing coming out of spring that I can see for sure is Francisco Alvarez is a stud.
Mm-hmm.
This guy defensively, his mechanics look strong. He's hitting the ball with power. He's going the other way. He's throwing guys out. I mean, he looks like Molina back there. When I think of the one game, he threw three guys out.
Let's not go that far. Because
This guy,
Yadier Molina, let's put some respect on Molina's name. The best defensive catcher of all time.
for sure. But I mean, just to put Francisco in that, in that same name, is just saying where this kid is. This kid is, you've heard it here first. I'm gonna say it. This guy is the franchise. Francisco Alvarez is the New York Mets franchise. And I was going back and forth with a guy the other day on one of the Met forums on Facebook, and I just told him, like, Pete's gone. The writing is on the wall. If the owner, and we've said this on other shows, he's saying we're not signing him this year. We're not signing Pete Alonso this year. Unless we're in the playoffs, Pete's not here. That's it. So that's our guy, Francisco Alvarez. I know you're upset. We'll see what happens. Let's hope for the best. Let's hope that the Mets, the pitching's been okay.
Pitching's been great.
The pitching's been good in the spring. We don't have the guy that's just, I mean, our opening day starters.
Jose Quintana.
No, they got.
It's Quintana.
They said it's him because on here they don't have Quintana.
Yeah, it's Quintana.
They got Mania.
No, they said it's Quintana already.
Okay. We don't have the starting rotation that's gonna, you're gonna fear.
Yeah.
I kind of like our pieces in the bullpen, and
I love our bullpen. Honestly, I feel like this is one of the better bullpens we've had in the past 5 years.
some people are saying that this is one of the best lineups the Mets have had in years.
I mean, I can agree. Our 1 through 6 is like some of the best hitters at their position.
Yeah. And then I saw this on Fangraphs. I wanted to the top projected home run leaders for all of baseball. Let's see how many you can name off the top 5.
Off top 5, Judge at 1, Pete at 2, Schwarber at 3,
Tied for 2 with Pete.
Matt Olson.
Yep, 4.
Who else?
This one should be easy.
Otani.
Yep. So you picked the first 5. Good job, Cole.
Are we going further to the next?
I mean, let's see how far you could get.
I don't. Corey Seager.
Corey Seager is not in the top 10.
On the top 10, that's interesting. Who else? Trout. Gotta be up there probably if he's healthy.
Then tied for 10.
Soto.
Soto's at tied for 7.
Team. Just give me team. Wait.
Houston.
Houston.
No.
Altuve. No, Jordan. I forgot about Jordan.
Yordan Alvarez
Yeah.
at 6. Braves.
Acuna.
That's a tie for 7.
Okay.
San Diego.
Tatis. You
Tatis.
think Tatis?
Fernando Tatis Jr. And then tie for number 10, Boston Red Sox.
Devers.
Devers.
I think Devers is gonna be near top 5 this year.
That's your projected Fangraph top 10 home run leaders for 2024. They're predicting Aaron Judge to hit 46 home runs, Pete Alonso to hit 42, along with Schwarber at 42.
I mean, not bad. I mean,
I'll take it.
yeah,
I'll take it. I'm hoping Pete hits 55.
55.
I got him for the MVP. So
Oh boy, he's gonna have to hit 60 to win MVP at least.
you think?
Yes, I know, because that average is not gonna be high.
Yeah, it's. Listen, that this is the beauty of the game is they got to play it. You know, you seeing yourself, you make adjustments. You know, he's put in a lot of work. He's seen all these pitchers in the MLB now. I'm expecting him to have a big year, and it's his walk year. So this is the year for him to prove
Oh, for sure.
for what he's worth.
The MVP conversation's a little much just because of the average.
So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about crazy rules in baseball. So I saw on Instagram, and we'll start with some of the new rules. I saw on Instagram, I guess this is the minor leagues, where the catcher can call a challenge. Have you seen this?
Oh, I love this rule. I love it.
When's it coming to the pros?
I wonder. I don't know.
So did you see the video I'm talking about where the catcher challenges it immediately?
Yeah,
And then they go to the board, which is kind of, they make it dramatic. You know, they go to the board and they show what they show us on TV all the time because every pitch is being graphed by the AI. And that ball was just painted the corner. I mean, just a hair, you know, and then it was strike 3 and the crowd went crazy or whatever. It's such a dramatic. Now, I don't know how that works. Do they get like one challenge a game?
I think it's one challenge per inning. I think is something.
The
like
catcher only the catcher can call it.
I think it's the catcher and the batter. The batter can do it too.
Oh, the batter can do it
I've
too?
seen a video of the batter doing it, and he got walked or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's only the catcher and the batter though.
So at this point, why even have umpires? You know what I mean? Like, I understand umpires for your games.
Yeah.
But when you get to the pros, do we really even need it? Like, the technology is there. After every pitch, they call a ball strike.
I mean, I see where you're coming from, but you need to you have to have somebody on the field to have calls, and even if they're not the right calls, I mean, you got to have somebody there.
Here's another crazy rule that people don't really know about. I saw a video where the catcher blocks the ball and it gets out in front of him, and I guess there was runners on first and second, let's say. So the runners were going to advance because it looked like it was a pass ball, but he made a beautiful block, kept the ball in front of him. So then the ball's out in front of him a little bit. So he takes his mask and he pulls the mask.
Oh yeah,
he pulls the ball to
that.
him.
And it was a run.
The runners got to advance.
I mean, first of all, why are you using your helmet? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Why? It's right in front of you. It's barely moving. You don't need to use your helmet. Second, that doesn't make any sense. The rule, the ball touching an inanimate object or whatever the rule is, I don't even know.
Yeah.
And it's a free base. How does that make any sense?
Well, I guess the rule stems from you know how kids, you probably do it playing in the park or whatever. You know, the ball's hit way out of your reach, and somebody will take their glove and throw it and try to knock the ball down. You know,
I mean,
that's illegal.
I understand that, but the catcher's helmet, I get it's stupid to even use it because the ball was barely moving and it just used it. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
There's so many rules that are just you don't even. So I saw another video where they didn't, on this particular play, they didn't know the rule, and it was an infield fly rule. You know, and the runner he ain't running. I think it was Guerrero. He lets the ball drop, throws it to first, gets the out. Guy at second, or the guy at first didn't run, so they get the double play. Just little things that players take for granted of the rules and fans. Another one is where the pitcher can't step off the mound more than twice. And if you do, then you have to get the player out or the player gets to advance the base. So I saw one video where the guy was on third. Nobody was covering third, holding him on. And it was against Bassett. And Bassett was on Toronto. Mm-hmm. So the guy gets a big lead down third. Bassett steps off. That's one. Gets a big lead again. Bassett steps off and fakes like he's going to throw again. There's nobody there to cover. So now the runner on third knows there's nobody covering. And now I'm going to get an even bigger lead. So what does Bassett do? He steps off and tries to run him down. The runner gets back to third. Well, guess what? Because he's safe. Run score.
Run, yeah.
So it's
it's a smart play.
It's a smart play. But why is Bassett even worried about the guy?
Yeah.
You know, so it's just, is that within the game? Is that gamesmanship or Bush League?
I feel like it's gamesmanship.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Bassett knows that rule's in place.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he would step off that third time. I mean, it's a boneheaded mistake on Bassett's part, but a smart play by the runner.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
So I looked up some old rules in baseball, and this one, a couple of them stood out to me. But in 1867 to 1887, batters had the right to request a low or a high pitch.
What?
Can you imagine Pete coming out? I want it low. Give it to me low.
That's insane.
Knowing the ball's coming. Fly balls could be caught off a bounce until 1864. Yeah. So back then, part of the rule was because they didn't have the greatest gloves in the world.
Oh yeah.
So they let the ball bounce.
They had those little like 2-finger gloves or whatever.
Pitchers were required to throw underhand until 1883.
Okay, that's a rule.
So we were playing softball, I guess. One side of the bat was allowed to be flat from 1885 to 1893.
I don't understand that one.
Baseball came from cricket. Is kind of where the origins came from. So
okay.
it's kind of going off of that. Walks, this was interesting. Walks were scored as hits for 1 year in 1887.
Like it would count as a hit?
11 players hit over 400 that season.
Yeah, no wonder they took that out. Jeez.
Catchers used to stand behind home plate instead of crouching. In 1920, they outlawed the spitball. That was interesting. Ground rule doubles were actually home runs as recently as 1930. So we talked about this one already, not on here, but so yeah, that was kind of was put into place for Babe Ruth, honestly. So, and another thing that I gotta get confirmation on this, but I was told that home runs, so ground rule doubles were considered a home run, but I also was told that if the ball, if the ball goes over the fence now in fair territory, it don't matter where it lands. It's a home run. But it used to be if it went over the fence fair but landed foul, it wasn't a home run. And that was back in Babe Ruth's era, allegedly.
I can see where that makes sense, kind of.
Yeah.
But, like, now there's, like, technology to where, like, it tracks exactly where the ball goes. So it makes it back then, like you couldn't tell. You know what I mean? So I mean, I kind of understand it.
Yeah. It's just crazy rules, and I like the pitch clock.
Yeah,
the things they're implementing now, it speeds up the game. It's so much more enjoyable.
I kind of used to not like what I mean. I kind of used to hate watching baseball, like back in like 2018, because the games were like almost 4 hours long.
Yeah. Now I will say this. For the casual fan going to the game, it's better. We go with some people and they may not care about the game as much, but they go for the experience and have a good time. It's a lot quicker. Me, as a traditionalist, going to the game, I don't like it as much. It's a faster pace, which is good. Especially watching it on TV.
Oh, yeah.
But then when you're at the game, you really got to pay attention. The next pitch is about to come.
Yeah.
Like, where it used to be, you could, like, walk around, talk to the people in front of you, just kind of joking around, and then, okay, here comes a pitch, watch a pitch, boom. Now you got another minute. And now it's just boom, 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 which I think overall it's a good thing. And I think this is implementing more of the AI on – I think it's impossible for a human being to call balls and strikes perfectly.
Yeah.
Just even watching your games, I'm sitting behind home plate. Umpires do the best they can. But it's such a hard thing. The knee. Was it low? Was it high? Did he catch the blade? The plate's dirty half the damn time anyway. I don't know how the hell they see the corners.
I don't know.
So it's just
they should be guessing sometimes.
and it really should be in youth league if it's close. it's black, it's really white line to white line. The inside line to inside line. That's a strike. You got to be up there swinging. But in the pros, that pitch that catcher called that I referred to, called the challenge on, it was like, there's no way a human, you can't blame the umpire for calling that a ball. Like it was a hair on my chin that was in the red that showed up as a strike. So we're going to transition from the crazy baseball rules, and you mentioned the NBA, so I'll give you a chance to tell us what's going on in the NBA that you want to talk about. But I wanted to talk about some rule changes in the NBA and just comparing basketball back in my day to what presently we have now. So what's going on in the NBA?
I've been keeping up with like Magic games.
Mm-hmm.
We're the 4th seed, I'm pretty sure, right now in the East. But you gotta look. I should have sent you the video, dude, because Anthony Edwards last night, he had the craziest dunk I've ever seen. Like, it was nuts. Look up Anthony Edwards poster. It'll be the first video you see. It's a nasty dunk. He dislocated his finger.
Duncan?
Yeah, and he almost gave the guy a concussion. That's how good the dunk was. But like I said, I'm like a casual NBA fan. So I just keep up with like my favorite team, and I keep up with like some of the highlights. So I can't really tell you a lot about it, but the Magic are going to the playoffs. That's all I can tell you.
You think so you do think they're going to make the playoffs? You're saying they're the 4 seeds, so they should get in.
Yeah. They're definitely going to get in.
Do they have a chance to, you think, make a run?
I feel like they can definitely go to the second round, but I don't know about making a run because that.
Oh boy, I just watched that dunk.
Yeah, it's literally almost gave the guy concussion. Like he went into concussion protocol.
Wow. Well, the thing that I wanted, because me and Kole, and it's really just out of fun. I think Kole just gives me a hard time a lot when we're arguing about Kobe and LeBron and Jordan, and back when I quit. I'm just being honest.
We done with the 90s.
I quit watching basketball after Jordan retired, and then I picked back up a little bit and would watch Kobe. But the NBA has changed so much that I don't even think you realize, some of the rule changes that I looked it up today, so I had a little reference, but some of the rule changes that happen, and there's not a lot, which I was expecting to see a little more, but the biggest thing is them enforcing the hand checking. And even when Jordan was playing, they started to enforce the hand checking a little bit because of how much people were beating MJ up. But they didn't enforce it like they're doing now. And they even changed the rule. So in 1995, enforcing hand checking rule and bringing the 3-point line closer. So they were trying to improve scoring then. The league average 3-point in 1994 was 33.6%. After they moved the line in, it went up to 35.9% in 1995. But they said we're going to enforce hand checking, okay? That was in 95. In get out of that. I lost it. I think it was 2010. I lost the little thing there, but I think it was 2010, somewhere in the 2000s, early 2000s. They actually made the rule to enforce hand checking. And that opened up the game. And what I think happened, and you've seen the Dream Team, right? The original Dream Team?
Yeah.
Not the Redeem Team. The original Dream Team.
Best team of all time.
The NBA put that team together. By far the best team ever assembled in sports. And they went around, beat everybody up, demolished everybody. But the idea of that team was to get the game global. And nobody gave them a match. There were some good teams. Croatia, Tony Kukoc played on Croatia. Like, there was some, Spain was okay. Like, there were some teams that were okay. But the idea of that team was to raise the brand of the NBA globally. And what they did by doing that is they forced every other country to step up their game to try to compete with the United States. And we brought a lot of Europeans over into the NBA. Now, you could argue you could put a European team together right now in the NBA All-Star team, like make an All-Star team of European players against American players, and in a 7-game series, it's a toss-up.
I mean, I don't know. It'd be it'd be close for sure.
I'm gonna go with the Europeans at this point. If you're playing NBA rules, I'm gonna go with the Europeans.
Let's think about Europeans in the league right now. You got Luka,
Yeah.
you got Jokic, obviously, 2 of the best players right now. Who else? Dude, I don't even know NBA like that, honestly. Embiid, where's Embiid from? I think Embiid's from Africa, so that's not European. Yeah, I don't know, but
I'm just, and I don't know either. But what I'm telling you is I'm confident in saying, and I challenge somebody to come at me. You put a European team together in a 7-game series, and you look at the odds that Vegas gives, it's going to be a toss-up on who's going to win that matchup, playing by the NBA rules of today. I think the NBA got softer, and the other thing they did, Cole, was they allowed for zone defense, which, when you have to play man-to-man and have matchups like that, it's a totally different game than when you play the 2-3 or 2-1-2. Like, how are they going to do it? The zone changes the game, and I just feel like the NBA did what they wanted. They got it more of a European global game, and they increased scoring by not letting people play defense and be tough. And it's kind of the product that we have now. But, back in the day with Barkley and Sean Kemp and Ewing and Olajuwon and like everybody, Bill Laimbeer and Rodman, everybody was beast in the paint. And the hand checking that was going on and trying to get off of a screen, it's just not the same. Now, Seneca brought up about some of the rules, carrying and the traveling, and some of the videos. If you search it, go search NBA traveling. I'm sure on TikTok or Instagram, some of the things these guys are doing is just ridiculous, and the refs aren't calling nothing. Now I can remember my dad complaining about Jordan. He would always say Jordan carried, because Jordan would come up the court and he would kind of like catch the ball in the bottom of his hand and turn it over.
I have a question about Jordan.
Yeah.
Did Jordan ever go left?
Jordan, I saw that video. You gonna tell me? I'm waiting for somebody to put out a video of Jordan going left. Did Jordan go right majority of the time? Absolutely. When I was a soccer player, did I go left? Absolutely. I like to go left.
He's left-handed, folks. That's why I say.
Yeah, I went left. Didn't mean I couldn't go right. If you overplayed me, I was going to beat you to the right.
Soccer and basketball are 2 different sports.
Same thing. You're trying to beat somebody off the dribble. So if you're going to square up to me and I'm coming at you, and you're going to overplay me to one side, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go hard towards you, right at you, and I'm going the other way. It's just a game. People, he went to, that was his strength, but Jordan scored from all over the court. Like, to say he couldn't go left is kind of crazy. Most of his highlights, are they from the right? Yeah, that's what the kids are seeing or whatever. But you put on Jordan, watch a whole game of a 95, 96, 94 Bulls game. Jordan went left, and he pulled up jumpers. He went left. I did see that, though. I thought it was kind of interesting. Because the people are doing anything they can to just kind of, but me and you have fun with it.
Oh, for sure.
The other thing I want to talk about, well, before we get off of the NBA, let's talk about, since we've been kind of on rules this game or this show, what do you think about when they inbound the ball and they let the ball roll on the court? So if you don't know, in basketball, when you inbound the ball, you throw it in, the clock doesn't start until the player touches the ball. So one of the things that teams are doing, and I think John Morant kind of made this popular, is kind of letting the ball roll down the court a little bit because the clock's not running, right?
No,
Or-
the clock. The clock.
No.
The clock runs. The play clock.
The play clock doesn't start until the ball is touched because you have 10 seconds to get it from
Because
half court.
the clock is continuous unless like a foul or something.
Correct. No, so I'm mistaken on that. It's the play clock or getting the ball over half court. So if there's a minute left in the game and they inbound the ball and the other team doesn't come up the court and I don't touch the ball, the shot or the not shot clock. Yeah, I guess it's the shot clock or the clock to get it across half court hasn't started yet. But the game clock is running. Now, a lot of people are saying this is Bush League. It's about split half on whether or not you should be able to do it or not. What's your take on it?
I mean, I think it's just a way to burn some clock. I mean, if you don't want them to do that, go push towards them, make them pick up the ball. I mean, it's just that simple.
I have no problem with it.
People saying it's Bush League, like it doesn't make any sense.
Well, so when I coach soccer, and I didn't invent this, people do it at every level. But I would have players, if we're up a goal, a goal, 2 goals late in the game, you take the ball to the corner by the corner flag and you hold it. And then when somebody comes over there, you kick it off of them and try to get a corner kick, or you just hold it there. You don't want the ball down on your end. So you kind of wasting time, and people, you need to play. That's Bush League. No, it's not. That's part of the game. What I like about that play in basketball from a coaching standpoint is that they're making the other team extend the defense. So by having to send somebody up the court to go put pressure on that ball handle or to pick the ball up to start the clock to get the game going, now instead of having 5 people back on that side of the court, there's 4, there's 3. You're extending the defense out. So I don't have any problem with it. I wanted to get your take on it. But yeah, there's all kind of little things in sports that people will take any kind of advantage they can to gain, and I don't have a problem with it.
I don't either. I mean, it's just a way to burn some clock.
Yeah, and it kind of goes to my take on stealing signs and stealing plays of the football. Like if you gain an advantage and you can figure out how to do it, it's your job to stop us. I don't like the cheating part of it. I don't like the, we're going to hit the garbage can because we're watching video.
Yeah.
But, if you got a guy a second, are you picking up signs or are you figuring out tendencies and you're relaying it to your team, by all means, do it. That's part of the game.
That's what I do.
The last thing I got on the agenda for this show is something I'm worried about, Cole. This Mike Tyson, and is it Logan Paul?
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul.
This is such a joke, man.
Okay, so it's Jake Paul.
It's all for the clicks. It's gonna be over in 1 round. Like it's.
You think? Okay, so it's gonna be over in 1 round. Who's winning?
Mike Tyson. It's like
they got Mike Tyson as an underdog.
Have you seen Mike Tyson?
I know Mike Tyson, so yeah, I've seen Mike Tyson.
You know Mike Tyson?
I know Mike Tyson.
You don't know Mike Tyson.
Me and Mike go back.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, Mike's like Jordan. Like
Okay.
Mike. Okay.
So
I did read that he's an underdog.
Where'd you read that at? There's no way he's an underdog for this fight. There's no way Jake Paul is the favorite to win versus Mike Tyson. I don't care how old Mike Tyson is. Have you seen how fast Mike Tyson is moving? It's insane.
Many have voiced their reservations about the fight. Tyson has already begun his preparation for the July date and looked in fearsome form as he pounded away in the heavyweight. He may be considered a substantial underdog in the bout, but the 58 fight veteran shows no lack of confidence as he attempts to roll back the years of the summer.
And if I was Mike Tyson, I wouldn't lack any confidence either. You're fighting Jake Paul.
Here's the thing.
No discredit to Jake.
Okay, Jake's the actual boxer, right?
Yes.
Jake is the one who lost to the Italian guy, right?
Yeah, the Tommy Fury.
Okay. Okay, not the Italian guy. That's the heavyweight champ's brother.
Yes.
Okay. So that's the Paul brother that's fighting Mike.
Yes.
He's an actual boxer.
Yeah, like I said, no discredit to him. He's a great boxer. You're fighting Mike Tyson.
Correct, but you're fighting 58-year-old Mike Tyson.
It's still Mike Tyson. Like
Okay, but you got to understand, this isn't Floyd Mayweather, who's never been beaten. If you're a Mike Tyson fan, you've been through the highs, the lows, the everything. You've seen everything with Mike. And we've also seen Mike at the end of his career lose matches. So now you're 58. The last time you fought was against Roy Jones in a true exhibition. Now, that's why I did some research today on this, because I heard at first they were going to have headgear. The size gloves are still up in the air. Apparently, there's no headgear going to be in this fight. I even heard that the Paul brothers were going to be able to tag each other in and go 2-on-1.
What?
And I was like, this is a circus. Like, I can't do it. Like, I still would have watched because of what it is.
Yeah.
But that was all.
It's a publicity stunt, is what it is.
It's a publicity stunt. But here's my concern. My concern right now for this, if it's real, and they're still waiting to find out if it's going to be considered an exhibition or actual pro bout, and that a lot of that has to depend on the gaming commission on how they're going to view this fight. I'm worried about Mike in this situation. I'm also worried about Jake. Mike Tyson is an animal. He has I remember watching him on an episode of Joe Rogan before he fought Roy Jones. And Joe Rogan asked him, why don't you fight? He's like, I don't want to wake the beast. Like, I don't want to wake the beast. I'm happy. Like, he has this thing inside him that turns on. You just said you've seen the videos of him hitting the bag. If he gets in close to Jake Paul, he can hurt him bad. I mean, real bad.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
But the problem is, if Jake Paul has knockout power.
Obviously.
He's 56, 58 years old. I'm worried about Mike's health in this fight. Is it worth it? Now, a lot of people saying Mike doesn't need the money. And Mike's coming out saying, I'm going to end it. I'm going to end his...
Yeah, he's not going out there for the money. He's coming out there to prove a point.
That's kind of the dog in him. He has that Mamba mentality. Yeah. He's going to try to kill a guy.
Yeah.
But you also got to know that Jake is how old?
Like 26.
With raw power on any kind of, allegedly, but they said it's legal, on any kind of supplement that known to man, Jake Paul's on, he could hurt Mike with one good punch. What's that gonna? I don't want to see Mike Tyson a vegetable because of this fight. Mike has overcome so much in his career. Between the jail sentence and biting Evander Holyfield's ear off and, just coming back he's the greatest. It's hard. This is a hard one.
He's the second best boxer of all time.
Who you say the first is?
Muhammad.
No, I'll be honest with you. The Tyson Fury might be the best boxer I've ever seen. I'm just going to be honest. The best pound for pound boxer?
Pound.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of those.
Well, I mean, the best pound for pound heavyweight boxer might be Tyson Fury. But the best killer that you've ever seen, Mike Tyson used to beat people in 9 seconds. He just go out there and just destroy people. That's what he's going to try to do. But if he slips and Jake catches him, and that's the thing with Jake, like, part of me feels like it's all fake. Like it's all for show. But then when you're getting two guys in the ring without headgear and they're throwing actual blows. I don't know how you fake that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll be watching. It's free too. It's on Netflix.
Oh, it's free.
It's on Netflix
Shoot.
live.
Shoot, I'll watch it.
A live event on Netflix. Now we don't know if Netflix is gonna try to pull the the rope a dope on us.
The rope-a-dope.
Charges $10 extra to watch it. I wouldn't be surprised. But anyway, we gotta wrap this show up. We're almost at an hour. So
Jeez.
any last words?
Thank you guys for listening. This is a long episode. Hope you guys stayed through it. Yeah, thank you guys for listening.
Go Mike Tyson.
Tyke Myson.
What'd you say?
Tyke Myson.
Tyke Myson.
Peace.